Excuse my glasses. 10 p.m. Thursday, 11th of March 2021. My wife received an email from Google about 6-7 hours ago, and she's totally stressed out. So I've had a quick read of the email about their Google's request for details, for tax details for monetization or for monetized YouTube channels and the new tax rules they're requiring. So I'm just making this quick video because the more I've looked into it, I understand a little bit, but a lot of confusion. So watched the video, went to the links several times and tried to work it out. I think I have a little general idea on it, but very complex. So I've made a few notes here. So yes. So my initial understanding from the preliminary reading of it, I'd welcome any comments or any further information anyone who's looked into it. But weren't expecting it. My wife has a small YouTube channel in Australia, going for about 2 years. I help out on it a bit. So it's her name channel, but we work together on it. So just a few of my thoughts. It seems that the tax rate is going to depend upon a few things. Whether you register as an individual or you register your channel as a business is going to have a big impact on it. And the other thing is whatever country, and we're in Australia, so your country's tax legislation relationship to the USA is going to play a significant part. And the other thing is they're requesting that you register 2 different forms, whichever form you decide to. You're going to have to register by May 31, or if you don't register, then Google will have total control and decide the rate for you, i.e. probably the highest rate they can charge. Okay. So I'm no expert. I know, just average working people who thought we'd give YouTube a go. So, but there is some encouragement on there than what's been first. Everyone's freaking out saying 24 to 30% on income. But there is a few things that aren't totally as bad as it sounds initially, right? The tax rate is only going to apply from the income you create from US viewers. So that's going to depend on how much of your viewing audience comes out of the US or has, they may not be in the US, but anything that linked to the US and says they're from the US, the rate is only going to apply to that part of your income. So in our case, we only have around 20% of our views come out of the US. So that means initially she's thinking 24, 30% of total income from YouTube every month. But it's only going to be, my understanding, I could be completely wrong. I'd suggest any other views or comments or anything to help me get my head around it would be appreciated. So my understanding is that that tax rate will only apply to 20% at this current moment of our views. And if you register in time, my conclusion is that if you register in time, that each case will be dealt on an individual basis, depending on your country and a few other things that I don't quite comprehend. So that's not all totally bad news. So a couple of my conclusions on it. Not as bad as it first seemed. You're going to have to register if you want to get the best deal for your channel if you're monetized. And going to have to work out, this is the really confusing and difficult part I'm finding, is that you're going to have to work out the tax regulations between the country you are in and the United States of America. And that will decide your decision whether you should register as an individual or register as a business, depending on the legislation in your country. I was really unable to work out the tax legislation in Australia. I followed the links for your country and everything they supply, and the 1982 tax rules or legislation between Australia and USA is a 27-page document which I do not understand the legal jargon and rhetoric fully at all, really, because the more I read, the more confused I became. Okay, so what we've decided to do next, we made well, haven't yet, I will do it tomorrow because it's late at night. But we have an accountant, so I will make an appointment with the accountant to get him to go through and explain the legislation to me, because I'm incapable of doing it. Okay, and then we will decide which form application we fill out and lodge with Google. I'm thinking we'll probably go the business route, because the end of last financial year we did get some advice that maybe we should think about registering as a business and an ABN, Australian business number, in Australia. Okay, so definitely for us, we're just small, average working people just giving this a go, and we're going to have to get professional advice on the tax legislation, because, yes, and continue, once we've got that basic knowledge, if he can break it down for us, we will continue further research, because it's quite a significant thing. Some people may just decide to give up and not continue, I don't know. But what the email contained and the links is beyond me. I could be completely wrong, but that's what I'm gonna do. It needs to be done correctly to get the most best benefit for your channel. If you don't do it at all, you know, it's up to you. So I would just like to say thanks for watching. Any comments underneath would be greatly appreciated. Do some research for your country, how it affects your channel, because May 31 is not very far. And if you don't lodge with Google the requirements they're asking for, then they will be able to do whatever they want. That may be fine for you, but for us, we're going to need to do a bit of homework and try and sort all this out. But not as bad as you first thought when she opened it up and was totally freaking out. So thank you for your time. Love comments, input, your interpretation of what you received and how it's going to affect you. Very interested. Knowledge is power, so get out there, people, and give it your best shot. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Cheers.